The wedding hall was filled with warm lights, soft music, and excited whispers. Guests sat in neat rows, dressed in their best clothes, waiting for the beautiful moment to begin. Everyone expected happiness, smiles, and celebration. But something in the air felt unusual, almost heavy. It was as if an unseen shadow was floating over the hall, touching every corner with quiet tension. Even though people were smiling, their eyes kept moving around the room, sensing that something was not completely right. At the front of the hall stood Mr. Ahmed, the groom. He was a calm and gentle man, and today was supposed to be the happiest day of his life. His suit was perfect, his hair carefully styled, and his hands slightly shaking with a mix of joy and nerves. He kept looking toward the entrance where his bride, Sophia, would soon walk in. Every few seconds he took a deep breath, trying to control his emotions. To him, this day meant a new beginning, a new family, and a new chapter. He had dreamed of this moment for months. He believed everything would be perfect. But just a few steps away, standing alone near the corner, was Ali, his 10-year-old son. Unlike the smiling guests, Ali looked tense, scared, and restless. His small hands were tightly holding each other, and his eyes were filled with worry. He wore a little suit, but it did not make him feel confident. Instead of feeling excited for his father's wedding, he felt something dark and frightening sitting inside his heart. He kept looking at his father and then at the door, as if he expected something terrible to happen. The narrator's voice in the background explains that Ali had been carrying this fear for several days. He had tried to tell his father so many times that something was wrong, that something didn't feel safe, but every time he tried, his father only smiled gently and told him not to worry. Ali's heart felt heavy because he knew something his father did not. He knew a truth that could break this entire wedding apart. And he knew he only had a few minutes left before everything would go too far. The guests continued whispering happily, talking about how beautiful the bride would look and how lucky Mr. Ahmed was. But none of them noticed Ali's eyes slowly filling with tears. None of them saw the fear rising in his chest. Even the wedding decorations, a long white carpet, fresh flowers, shining lights, felt strange to him, like they were pretending to hide a secret behind their beauty. He tried to stand still, but his legs felt weak. He kept tapping his foot nervously, waiting for the right moment, if such a moment even existed. Mr. Ahmed looked over at his son and smiled warmly, trying to comfort him. He even gave him a small wink, the kind he used to give whenever Ali felt scared before a school exam or a doctor's visit. But today, the wink did not help. Today, Ali felt a fear he could not explain with simple words. He wished his father would walk over to him, kneel down, and just listen for 1 minute. But this was a wedding. Many people, much noise, too many eyes. Ali knew his father wouldn't walk away from the altar. Meanwhile, at the back of the hall, the wedding planner lifted the bride's veil and gave a signal. The music changed. It was the moment everyone had been waiting for. The guests gasped with excitement and turned toward the entrance. The large wooden doors slowly opened, and there stood Sophia. She wore a white gown that sparkled under the lights. Her smile was wide and perfect, and she began walking down the aisle with graceful steps. People whispered compliments about her beauty. But Ali didn't see beauty. He only saw danger. His heart began to race. As Sophia walked forward, her eyes briefly met Ali's. For 1 second, her expression changed. Her smile faded just a little, and something sharp appeared in her eyes, a look only Ali noticed, a look that felt like a warning. Her eyes said, "Don't you dare ruin this." Ali stepped backward, his breath shaking. He felt like she was walking toward him, not toward his father. The narrator explains that Ali had seen things he wasn't supposed to see. He had heard things he wasn't supposed to hear. And he had carried this terrible truth alone, waiting for the right time to speak. But now that the moment was here, his whole body felt frozen. His chest tightened as Sophia came closer. Every step she took made Ali feel more certain that if he stayed quiet, his father's life would fall into darkness. Mr. Ahmed stretched out his hand as Sophia reached the front. She took it with a sweet smile, the kind she always showed in public. The priest stood ready to begin. Everyone waited for the first words of the ceremony. But Ali could not wait anymore. His fear was stronger now, louder than the music, louder than the guests' whispers, louder than everything. He felt his heart beating like a drum. Something inside him finally broke. And before anyone could stop him, Ali ran forward. His small voice trembled as he shouted, "Dad, please, don't do this. I know something about her." The entire hall went silent. Every guest turned. Mr. Ahmed's smile vanished. and Sophia's face turned cold as stone. The story had finally begun. The hall was silent after Ali's sudden shout. But before anyone could react, the narrator takes the audience back in time, to the moments when Ali first started feeling something strange about Sophia. It all began a few weeks after Mr. Ahmed announced his engagement. At first, Ali tried to be happy for his father. He knew his father was lonely and wanted a partner who could bring warmth back into their home. Ali thought maybe Sophia would be kind, maybe she would bring more love into their small family. But soon, Ali began noticing things that didn't make sense. The first time Ali felt uncomfortable was on a quiet morning. He had just woken up and walked to the kitchen for breakfast. He heard voices, his father's cheerful voice and Sophia's soft voice. When he stepped inside, Sophia quickly changed her expression. Her smile dropped for a second, almost like she was annoyed by his presence. But then she put the smile back on, as if she was wearing a mask. Mr. Ahmed didn't notice anything, he was too happy. But Ali noticed. Children always notice the truth in someone's eyes. As days passed, small things started bothering him. When his father wasn't looking, Sophia spoke to Ali in a tone that felt sharp and cold. One afternoon, when Mr. Ahmed went outside to take a phone call, Sophia leaned close to Ali and whispered, "You should stay out of my way. I don't want trouble." Her voice wasn't loud, but it had a warning in it. Ali felt a chill go down his back. When Mr. Ahmed returned, Sophia quickly stood up and hugged him sweetly, pretending nothing happened. Ali watched in silence, confused and hurt. He wondered why she acted so differently when his father wasn't around. The narrator explains that Ali tried to ignore it. He convinced himself it was just his imagination. But the strange moments kept coming. One evening, Ali noticed Sophia sitting alone in the living room, talking on the phone. Her voice was low, almost a whisper. Ali didn't mean to listen, but when he heard his father's name, he paused. Sophia said, "Don't worry. Everything is going according to plan." She laughed softly afterward. It wasn't a happy laugh, it sounded cold and secretive. Ali's heart began to race. What plan was she talking about? And who was she talking to? Before he could understand more, Sophia saw him standing near the door. She quickly ended the call and smiled sweetly. "Oh, Ali. I was just talking to a friend," she said. But her eyes didn't match her smile. Her eyes looked hard, almost angry. Ali felt a small fear growing inside him, but he didn't tell his father. He didn't want to cause stress. Mr. Ahmed was so excited about the wedding, always planning things, always smiling. Ali didn't want to be the reason that smile disappeared. But the strange incidents continued. Another day, Ali saw Sophia opening his father's drawer and checking some papers. She didn't see Ali watching. She took photos of the documents with her phone. When she turned around and noticed him, she was startled. For a moment, she looked scared. Then she walked toward him, bent down, and said, "If you say anything about this, I will make sure your father is very upset with you." Ali stepped back, shaking. Sophia stood up and walked away calmly, as if nothing had happened. After that, Ali could not sleep well at night. Every time he closed his eyes, he heard her warning. He saw her cold stare. He knew something was wrong, but he had no proof, and he didn't know how to explain it to his father. The narrator explains that children often feel danger before adults do. And Ali felt danger in every step Sophia took. The fear became stronger when Ali saw Sophia leaving the house one evening. She told Mr. Ahmed she was going to a friend's wedding shopping, but Ali didn't believe her. So he followed her quietly, keeping a good distance. What he saw shocked him. Sophia met a strange man near a cafe. The man smiled at her warmly and even touched her hand. They talked very closely, as if they were more than friends. Ali hid behind a car, watching with wide eyes. He heard the man say, "Soon it will all be yours." Sophia smiled and replied, "Yes. After the wedding, everything will be easy." Ali felt his stomach twist. He wanted to run to his father and tell him everything. He even recorded a small video of the scene on his tablet. But fate had other plans. As Ali tried to walk away, his tablet slipped from his hand and fell on the road. The screen cracked. The video stopped working. Ali picked it up and cried quietly. His only proof was gone. Still, he tried to tell his father. But when he spoke, Sophia pretended to cry. She said, "Ali doesn't want me in this house. He is making up stories." Mr. Ahmed felt torn. He didn't want to believe his son was lying, but he also didn't want to think badly of Sophia. In the end, Sophia hugged him and said she forgave Ali. Ali stood in the doorway, feeling invisible. His father didn't believe him. His proof was gone. And the wedding day was getting closer. The narrator brings the story back to the present moment in the wedding hall. Ali stands there, knowing he has only one chance left. Everyone is waiting for his next words. Mr. Ahmed's eyes are full of confusion. Sophia's eyes are full of anger. Ali takes a deep breath. The truth is finally ready to come out. The hall remained silent as Ali stood in front of the wedding guests, his small body trembling. But before anyone could speak, the narrator takes the audience back again, this time to the moment when Ali finally uncovered the truth that changed everything. It happened only a few days before the wedding. Ali was sitting in his room, holding his broken tablet, wishing it would somehow turn on and show the video he recorded. He kept pressing the screen again and again, but nothing worked. The crack had spread across the entire display, and the file was corrupted. Ali felt defeated. He wanted to help his father, but without proof, nobody would believe him. Especially not his father, who was blinded by his love for Sophia. One night, Ali sat on his bed, hugging his pillow. His father walked into the room with gentle steps and sat beside him. "Ali, you have been very quiet these days," Mr. Ahmed said softly. "Is everything okay?" Ali wanted to tell him the truth again, but when he looked into his father's hopeful eyes, he felt scared. What if his father got angry? What if Sophia twisted the story again? So Ali forced a smile and said, "I'm fine." But inside, his heart felt heavy. After Mr. Ahmed left, Ali decided something. He couldn't stay silent anymore. He had to find new proof no one could deny. The next day, Ali followed Sophia again. This time, he was more careful. He stayed far behind her, hiding behind cars, trees, and shop walls. His heart beat loudly in his chest, and his hands were sweaty. But he kept going, repeating to himself, "Dad needs me. I have to do this." Sophia walked fast, looking around as if she didn't want anyone to see her. She was heading toward a small cafe on the side street, the same place where Ali had seen her before. Ali hid behind a tree and waited. A few minutes later, the same man arrived. He wore dark clothes and had a confident smile. Sophia stood up when he approached, and they hugged, something no bride should be doing with another man. Ali's eyes widened. His fear turned into certainty. This time he was sure. Sophia was hiding something much bigger than a simple lie. Ali slowly moved closer, just enough to hear their conversation. They sat at a corner table, speaking in low voices, but Ali could still catch some words. The man said, "Are you sure he has no doubts?" Sophia replied with a smirk, "He believes everything I say. He trusts me completely." Ali felt anger rising in his chest. His father didn't deserve this betrayal. The man leaned forward and asked, "And the money? Is everything prepared?" Sophia nodded. "Yes. Once we are married, I'll get access to everything. Accounts, documents, property. He won't see it coming." Ali felt his breath catch in his throat. It was worse than he imagined. Sophia wasn't just pretending, she was planning to destroy his father completely. He took out his broken tablet again, hoping to record audio at least. But the screen flashed and turned off. Useless. Ali felt panic rise inside him. He needed proof, real proof. Suddenly the man said something that made Ali freeze. "We must leave the country as soon as you transfer the money. We can't risk getting caught." Ali felt like the ground had disappeared beneath his feet. He almost stepped on a dry leaf, but he covered his mouth and held his breath. He knew if they saw him, things would get dangerous. As he moved back silently, he noticed something. Sophia left her handbag open on the table. Inside was a corner of a paper with Mr. Ahmed's signature. Ali realized what it was, one of the documents she photographed earlier. A new idea came to his mind. He had no video, no audio. But if he could get a picture of that paper, it might be enough to make his father listen. Ali slowly took out his old phone, an older device with a weak camera. But it was all he had. He leaned forward, steadying his hands. Snap! A soft click. He took the picture. At that exact moment, Sophia turned her head. Her eyes narrowed. Ali ducked quickly, heart pounding. He waited. After a long minute, she looked away. Ali didn't waste another second. He ran back home, panting hard, holding the phone tight. The picture was blurry but clear enough to show Sophia's hand holding the document with Mr. Ahmed's signature. He finally had something. Ali showed the photo to his best friend, Hamza, at school. Hamza had a newer phone and offered to save the picture safely. "Don't worry," Hamza said. "I'll keep it. Even if something happens, this photo is safe with me." Ali felt hope for the first time in days. But time was running out. The wedding day was approaching fast. And Sophia had become more careful. She watched Ali closely. She spoke sweetly in front of others but gave him cold warning looks when no one was watching. Ali knew she was dangerous. He knew she could ruin his father's life. And he knew the wedding day would be his last chance. The narrator returns to the present. Ali is standing in the wedding hall, facing his father and Sophia. His heart is racing. His voice is shaking. But this time, he is not alone. His friend Hamza enters the hall, holding his phone tightly. The truth is finally ready to explode. The hall was frozen in shock. Ali's voice still echoed in the air, and every guest stared at him with wide eyes. Even the music had stopped. Mr. Ahmed stood at the altar, confused and worried, not understanding why his gentle son had suddenly shouted in front of everyone. Sophia, still holding the bouquet, stared at Ali with a coldness only he could recognize. Her sweet bride-like smile had completely disappeared. Mr. Ahmed stepped forward and whispered, "Ali, what are you doing? This is not the time." But Ali shook his head, his small face pale and full of fear. His heart pounded like a drum inside his chest. He knew that if he stayed silent today, everything would be destroyed. This was the only moment left. There was no turning back. "I have to say it," Ali said, his voice trembling. "Dad, please listen." The guests leaned forward. Even the children in the hall stopped fidgeting. Everyone could feel something important was about to happen. Something that could change the whole wedding. Sophia stepped closer to Mr. Ahmed and grabbed his arm tightly. Her smile returned, but it was stiff, forced, and fake. "Ahmed, he is just scared," she said sweetly. "You know how children are. Let's continue the ceremony." But for the first time, Mr. Ahmed didn't move. He looked at his son again, really looked. Ali's eyes were full of tears and desperation, not mischief. Something inside Mr. Ahmed shifted. He gently pulled his arm away from Sophia. "Ali," he said softly, "tell me what's wrong." Ali took a deep breath. His voice was shaky, but he spoke loudly enough for everyone to hear. "Dad, she's lying to you. She doesn't love you. She's planning something bad." A loud gasp went through the guests. Sophia immediately stepped forward. "This is nonsense," she shouted. Her voice was no longer sweet. It was sharp, angry, and threatening. "Ali has been trying to ruin everything from the beginning." Ali shook his head, wiping his eyes. "No. I saw her. I followed her. She meets another man. They talk about your money. They talk about leaving after the wedding." Mr. Ahmed's face lost all color. He stared at Sophia, shocked, searching for honesty in her eyes. But Sophia quickly forced tears, trying to act innocent. "How can you believe this?" she cried. "He hates me. He wants to break us apart." Ali felt his stomach twist. She was doing it again, pretending, twisting, controlling. He had seen this so many times. And he knew she was trying to win. But today, she wouldn't. Just then, the hall doors opened loudly. A quiet murmur spread through the crowd as Hamza, Ali's best friend, walked into the hall, holding his phone carefully. His hands shook, but he kept walking toward the front. Ali felt a wave of relief wash over him. He wasn't alone anymore. Hamza reached Ali and whispered, "I have it." The guests watched closely as Hamza showed the phone to Mr. Ahmed. On the screen was the picture Ali had risked everything to take, Sophia's hand holding a document with Mr. Ahmed's signature, the same document she had secretly photographed and planned to use to gain control of his property. The picture wasn't perfect, it was a little blurry, but the signature was clear. Too clear to ignore. Mr. Ahmed stared at the screen for several long moments. He didn't blink. He didn't breathe. His hands trembled as he held the phone. Sophia's eyes widened. Her face turned pale, then angry. She stepped forward quickly, trying to snatch the phone, but Mr. Ahmed pulled it away. "What is this, Sophia?" he asked in a quiet, shaking voice. Sophia opened her mouth but no words came out. The guests began whispering loudly now, murmurs of shock, disbelief, and anger. Some stood up. Some stared at Sophia with disgust. The truth was spreading like fire. Ali took a step closer to his father. "Dad, she met a man. They talked about taking your money. They talked about leaving the country after the wedding." Mr. Ahmed's eyes softened with pain as he looked at Ali. "Why didn't you tell me earlier?" Ali lowered his head. "I tried, but the proof broke. I was scared you wouldn't believe me." Tears formed in Mr. Ahmed's eyes, not just from betrayal but from guilt. He realized he had ignored his son's warnings, blinded by the hope of love. Sophia suddenly shouted, "This is all fake. The boy took this picture to ruin me. You can't trust children. They lie." But her voice cracked. Her desperation was showing. Mr. Ahmed looked at her with a calm and devastating coldness. "I trusted you completely," he said. "And you betrayed not only me, but my son." Sophia stepped back. The guest's eyes were burning holes into her. Her lies had crumbled. Her mask had fallen. Mr. Ahmed slowly turned to the priest and said firmly, "This wedding is over." A wave of gasps filled the hall. Sophia dropped her bouquet and screamed, "You will regret this." She tried to run, but security guards moved forward and blocked her path. Ali felt his father kneel down beside him. Mr. Ahmed wrapped him in a tight embrace. His voice was soft and broken. "You saved me," he whispered. The hall was silent again, this time not from fear, but from relief. Father and son held each other, and for the first time in many days, Ali felt safe. The truth had finally won. The wedding hall felt completely different now. A few minutes earlier, it was filled with music, excitement, and bright hopes for a new beginning. But after the truth came out, everything changed. The guests were whispering, shaking their heads, and staring at Sophia with disbelief. The flowers, the decorations, the lights, everything suddenly felt cold and empty, like the beauty of the place had been washed away. Sophia stood at the center of the hall, her wedding dress no longer looking graceful. Her face was twisted with anger and frustration. The sweet smile she had worn earlier was gone. She looked at Ali with sharp, hateful eyes, but Ali stood close to his father now, unafraid. He felt protected. He felt seen. For the first time in weeks, he felt safe. Mr. Ahmed gently held Ali's shoulder, still trying to process everything. His heart was breaking, not just because Sophia had betrayed him, but because he realized how much his son had suffered alone. All the nights Ali stayed quiet. All the moments he tried to speak but hesitated. All the fear he carried inside himself, and Mr. Ahmed hadn't noticed. That guilt hurt him deeply. The guests slowly began moving back to their seats as the drama settled. They wanted to see what would happen next. Some of them whispered, "The boy saved his father." Others said, "Thank God he spoke up." A few even wiped tears from their eyes. It wasn't just a wedding anymore. It had become a lesson about trust, love, and the power of a child's honesty. Sophia suddenly raised her voice. "This isn't over," she shouted, pointing a trembling finger at Mr. Ahmed. "You will regret this. Both of you." The security guard stepped forward, ready to escort her out if needed. But Mr. Ahmed lifted his hand and shook his head. He didn't want a scene. His voice was calm, but strong. "Sophia, please leave," he said. "Whatever plan you had is finished. And you will not come near my family again." Sophia's eyes filled with rage, but she knew she had lost. Her lies had fallen apart. There was no more mask to hide behind. She turned around, pushed through the guards, and stormed out of the hall. The doors slammed shut behind her, and the sound echoed like thunder. Silence spread across the hall. Mr. Ahmed slowly knelt down to Ali's height. Tears filled his eyes as he held his son's face gently. "Ali, I am so sorry," he whispered. "I should have listened to you. I should have trusted you. You were trying to protect me, and I ignored you." Ali shook his head quickly. "No, Dad. I was scared to tell you properly. I didn't know how." Mr. Ahmed pulled him into a hug, holding him tightly. "You were brave," he said. "You saved me from something very dangerous. I am proud of you." Ali closed his eyes and hugged him back. For weeks he had been carrying fear alone, but now that fear melted away. In its place came warmth, safety, and love. The guests slowly began clapping, not loud, but gentle, respectful, emotional. A few even stood up. They weren't celebrating the cancelled wedding, they were honoring the bravery of a small boy who stood up for the truth. Ali felt shy and hid his face in his father's chest, but Mr. Ahmed smiled proudly. Hamza came forward too, looking proud. He held up the phone and said, "I kept the picture safe, Ali. I told you I would." Ali smiled at his friend. "Thank you. I couldn't do this alone." Mr. Ahmed looked at both boys with gratitude. "Thank you, Hamza. You helped save our family." The hall slowly started to empty out. Guests walked by Ali and Mr. Ahmed, giving encouraging smiles. Some patted Ali's head, calling him brave. Others expressed sympathy to Mr. Ahmed. But one thing was clear, everyone respected the truth that came out today. As they walked outside the hall, the sun was setting, filling the sky with warm orange light. The breeze felt soft and peaceful. Mr. Ahmed gently took Ali's hand as they walked toward the car. "Ali," he said softly, "I promise you something. From now on, I will listen to you. I will trust you. We will face everything together." Ali squeezed his father's hand. "And I will always tell you the truth, Dad. I just want you to be safe." They shared a quiet moment, both understanding how close they came to losing everything, and how lucky they were to still have each other. As they reached the parking lot, Mr. Ahmed picked Ali up in his arms like he used to when Ali was younger. Ali laughed for the first time in many days. The tension that once filled his heart disappeared completely. The narrator gives the final message softly. Sometimes, the smallest voice in the room carries the biggest truth. And sometimes, a child's courage saves an entire future. Father and son drove away together, leaving behind the broken wedding and the danger that almost entered their lives. For them, the story was not about the wedding that didn't happen, but about the bond that was saved. And that was the real happy ending.